Hi everyone, it's me, ちぐさ。はい、今日はラジオの日です。皆さん、リスニング早速鍛えていきましょう。今日の生ラジオの出演はNextep講師のアリソン先生。アリソン先生はね、動画によく出てる、私の動画によく出てるアリソン先生と、そしてもう一人大人気講師の美佐子先生との生ラジオ配信になります。でね、今日はちょっとはしょってるのでもう25分って言ってるのに、この2人超しゃべりすぎて43分とかってめっちゃ編集が大変だったんだけど、私聞いてる2人ともそうめっちゃ話が盛り上がっちゃって長くなってるので、そのある部分だけ皆さんにお伝えしていこうかなと思います。テーマはね、話の流れとしてはアリソン先生が、ジョージア出身ということで、ジョージアのこの人有名だよねっていう話の中からジュリア・ロバーツが出てきて、ジュリア・ロバーツってそういえばさ、日本人のことをちょっと苦手なんだろうけどそれ知ってるって理由知ってるっていうのを美佐子先生が振って、アリソン先生が知らないなんでっていう話の内容のラジオになってます。皆さんね、普通の会話なのでやっぱり音だけになるので、映像もなければ文字もないので、もう耳だけを済ませてね、ちょっと頑張って聞いていただけたらなと思います。とっても面白い話の内容になってるので、皆さんのお役に立てればなと思います。でね、動画の終わりには私から皆さんにリスニングがどれくらいできてるかっていう質問を皆さんに投げかけたいと思いますので、ぜひ最後まで聞いていただき、また私最後に出てくるので、しつこいぐらい出てくるので、そこで皆さんに質問をさせていただきますので、皆さん答えてみてくださいね。では、Are you guys ready? Let's get started.
Yes, Kanye
Cool.
West.
That's
Did
nice.
you know, Julie Roberts, she doesn't like Japanese people.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't know that. Why? No, why? What's her problem?
Apparently,
Mm,
when she was really young, she shared a house with a Japanese person, and they never got on.
oh,
That's how she came to hate Japanese people.
That's-
Narrow-minded, I suppose.
that's strange though. Like it's just one person. You can't judge a race of people by one person. That's weird.
It is very strange.
That
It is
roommate
unjust.
must be. I think so. That's very unjust. The roommate must be terrible. What a terrible roommate that person must be
Mm,
to
I
make
know.
that image of Japanese people. That's that person. I hope they grew up some.
I know. I want to know who that was.
I'm definitely very interested to know. That's well, maybe not. Maybe they grew up. Maybe they changed. Because if they were roommates when they were very young, then
Yes.
maybe both of them were not perfect people. Like I think both people, like especially college age, that's the first time that people live alone, and so I think they have to learn a lot about how to live alone.
Can I just ask about this dorm at university?
Oh
Right.
yeah, good times.
So
hmm.
I watched Pitch Perfect. It's my favorite
boy.
film, Pitch Perfect. Right.
Oh boy, that's fun. That's
Pitch
fun.
Perfect. Yes,
I like
love
it.
it.
I like it. Cool.
Yes. Right. So Becca goes into her room, and there is a Korean girl.
Right.
Do you actually share a room? As in, like,
you mean with 2 beds and everything.
2 beds. Yeah, 2 beds, 2 desks.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So
Totally
you have
true.
to share a room
Yes.
with someone you don't know.
Yes, in a very tiny space with 2 beds right next to each other, and then you pay thousands of dollars to do that. America!
America.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
Now, I will say this. I went to the University of Georgia,
Yes.
UGA. That was my university. And I will
Yep.
say this. I was very lucky. I lucked out because I had signed up to go to a dorm, and I was meant to have a roommate and all that. But then I got a phone call from the university, and they said, "Oh, we were wondering, we have a room for just one person. We have a single room. And we wanted to know, do you want a single room? And if you need time to think about it, then we can give you. And I said, I want a room now. Give it to me now. Single room. Give it to me now. And they said,
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes. So for 4 years, I actually lived in the dormitories. Most people live in the dormitory for 1 year, just their first year. And then they're allowed to have an apartment thing. But I stayed all 4 years because I had the same exact room for 4 years, the same one. So it was fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorm.
So in England, it's called the halls of residence.
Oh, that's
It's not a
fancier
dorm.
than us.
Halls of
It's like
residence.
That's
Go
cool. Halls of residence. That it
Halls of
sounds
residence.
sounds fancier than us.
Dorm.
It's just dorm. That's all we
Dorm.
say. Yeah.
Dorm. Anyway,
Interesting.
so I stayed in a dorm. I mean,
Yeah.
halls of residence
Sure.
when I was a fresher. Do you call
Gotcha.
it? Fresher.
Fresher. No, freshman, but fresher. I got it.
Fresher.
That's
Then
cool.
second year, I shared a house, and that was a disaster.
Oh boy. Yeah. I don't like
Mhm.
random roommates. Random roommates are it's kind of the luck of the draw, isn't it? Like
It is, yes, definitely.
right? You can get really great people, but then you can get but I've heard so many stories of people who were best friends in high school and they love each other and they say, "Oh, when we go to university, we'll share a dorm room." And then it's always a disaster. They
It always
always
is.
break up. So you can't win. Like either way,
Do you know what?
It's tough.
I live with my husband, and it's tough.
Right?
That's my husband. He's messy.
Well, living with someone is definitely a lot more difficult than people think it is. You know, you don't know how it is to be with someone for 24 hours a day, right? Until you do it. I think that's why they say road trips are a good way to test your relationship. The road trip, that's your test because you're with each other in a small space for a very long time, right?
I agree.
Right?
Road trips, yes, I agree. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to
Is
do
that
it.
right?
I don't want to do it.
Oh gosh, that's not a good sign.
I don't want to do it.
Are
No,
road
it
trips-
just sharing a bedroom with someone.
Yes, it's
No,
it's a
it
bit
doesn't
weird.
appeal to me.
No, well, and because the room in a dorm is so tiny, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny room with just 2 beds right next to each other with a total stranger and college, or university. That's the wild time, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So
It is.
then you have got crazy people living with you and it's just a mess. It's just university is a
So
weird time.
I couldn't quite comprehend, going back to Pitch Perfect,
Right.
I couldn't comprehend how Becca can live with that girl.
Yeah. Well, I do think movies
me.
romanticize university and high school a little bit more than they should. I think.
Yes.
I think movies are definitely not quite real life. It was close, but I think she just had movie magic, Becca had movie magic. So she was able to deal with it.
Okay. It is a movie at the end of the day.
I think so. Yeah, I think there's some realism in movies, but I think movies have to drop realism a little bit for convenience.
Okay.
I think so. By the way, are there road trips in Europe? Is that a thing? Like road trip? Is that a thing at all? Or is that just an American thing?
はい、皆さん、生ラジオいかがでしたか？楽しかったですか？まあね、2人の見解なので、それが全て正しいとか正しくないとかで判断しないでくださいよ。もう世界中にいる何億人いるたった2人が喋ってるだけの会話内容なので、その情報の正しさとかっていうのはちょっと置いといて英会話を楽しんでいただけたらなと思うんですけれども、さあ皆さんどれだけ理解ができましたか？チェックしていきましょう。まずは1つ目、ジュリア・ロバーツが日本人のことがちょっと苦手だなって思われる理由は何でしたか？ 2つ目、美佐子先生の好きな映画のタイトルは何でしたか？これね、私もすごく好きでハマったので、生徒たちと一緒にカップスって知ってる？タンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンってやるんだけど、そのカップスにハマって、もう子供たちとショーとかも出たりとか、めっちゃ楽しかった。でもね、YouTube にここに載せれたら載せるけど、やってたの。はい、これです。3つ目、アリソン先生の大学時代に起きたラッキーなこととは何でしたでしょうか？はい、ということで、お話の流れはね、ロードトリップに続いてるんですけれども、皆さん、ロードトリップ、なんだろう、日本語で。ロードトリップ。アメリカの方たちって、こう、車でね、本当に遠いところとか、すごい距離走っていくの。私、あんまり車の運転が得意じゃないから、そんな考えられないっていうか、トランスポーテーション使う方が神と思ってるから、考えられないんだけど、ロードトリップをテーマにしたお話を次喋ってます。はい、この続きはね、会員さん限定で聞けますので、会員さんはぜひ楽しんでください。はい、ということで That's all for today。 一発目の生ラジオ配信楽しんでいただけたらとっても嬉しいです。また高評価、そしてコメントお待ちしております。また私の Instagram だったり Twitter だったり Facebook のグループページだったり、皆さんたくさんやってるので、みんなまた会いに来てください。 Alright, so that's all for today. So thanks for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.